Hello guys, this is Prime Concept. We are still considering the concept of complex numbers, very important topic. Now, in our previous video, we were able to introduce complex number. We emphasized that complex number was bettered as a result of the need to be able to solve problems where we have negative sign inside a square root. So that gave rise to the need for complex number. So if you really have not seen that video, just quickly check the playlist, see complex number there or complex analysis, then click it. You'll see the first and introductory video on complex number, which is very simple and very important. So in this video, we want to consider algebra of complex number, the operations. When we say algebra of complex number, it's very simple. What we're trying to study is the operation, various operations that are involved in complex number. So in complex number, we have various algebras we'll be looking at. I think I would name them. So one of the algebra, which we're going to take about 2 of them in this video, one of the algebra we're going to consider is equality. Equality of complex number. Complex number, that is one. Then, okay, let's just start this way. So for each one we want to handle, we're going to just mention it so that we don't take time, because in each video I'll still have to mention, or if I have to mention it here. So quickly, when we say algebra, it just means the operation in mathematics. In mathematics, equality is an operation, addition is an operation, and so on. So equality of complex numbers. So quickly, two complex numbers are equal if they are corresponding real parts are equal, and their corresponding imaginary parts are equal. So that is what we mean by equality of complex numbers. So you would say that two complex numbers are equal if their corresponding real parts are equal and their corresponding imaginary parts are equal. What do we mean by this? Now say we have z1, which is a complex number, and we decide that this is x1 plus iy1. Then we'll have another number z2, and we'll say this is x2 plus iy2. So these are two complex numbers. So if z1 is equal to z2, if this condition is true, what it actually means is that they are corresponding real part. What is the real part of z1? The real part of z1 is what? X1. The real part of z2 is what? X2. So what this statement means is that x1 should be equal to what? X2. Their real parts are equal. That is what it means. So same way, their imaginary part. The imaginary part here is what? Y1. The imaginary part here is y2. So it means that y1 is also equal to what? Y2. That is what this equality concept simply means. Let's take an example to help you understand the application of this, and later we'll see further applications. Now, find A and B if z1 equals a plus 3i equals z2, which is equal to 4 minus bi, which is equal to this. So we want to see how we can find A and B in this question. So it's very simple to tackle. So if you have done it already, you can drop the answer, pause the video, drop the answer if you understand this already, and then play it and check if you are correct. And the question says, find the value of A and then find the value of b. If these two complex numbers, z1 and z2, if they are equal, that is the condition. Now we said that if two complex numbers are equal, then their real parts are what? Equal. If two complex numbers are equal, then their corresponding imaginary parts are also equal. Now for z1, z1 is equal to a plus 3i. z2 is equal to 4 minus bi. So what is the real part of z1? The real part of z1 is a. What is the real part of z2? The real part of z2 is 4. So what it means is that a is actually equal to what? 4, by comparing their corresponding real parts. Same way, what is the imaginary part of z1? It is what? 3. What is the imaginary part of z2? It is what? Minus b. Minus b. So that I can quickly say that if I take this minus to this side, I would say that minus 3 is equal to b, or simply b equal to what? Minus 3. So with this, I've been able to find a and b using the concept of equality of complex numbers. So very quickly, still in this video, we're going to look at addition and subtraction of complex numbers very quickly. Alright, now we want to consider the addition of complex number. Now two complex numbers, when they are added, you add their corresponding real parts, and then you add their corresponding imaginary part. That is how to add complex numbers. You add their corresponding real parts, and then you add their corresponding imaginary parts. So we're going to look at, say, z1 is equal to x1 plus iy1, and then we'll have z2 equals x2 plus iy2. So we have these two complex numbers. So if we say z1 plus z2, all I would simply do is to add their real parts together. So what are the real parts? The real part of this is x1, the real part of this is x2. So I would say x1 plus x2. I'll group it, then plus I'll put my I. Then I'll add their corresponding imaginary parts. What is the imaginary part here? It is y1 plus the imaginary part here is what? y2. So that is how to add. So if I ask you what is the real part of z1 plus z2, exam can ask you this. What is the real part of z1 plus z2? The real part is going to be what? x1 plus x2, which is this. What is the imaginary part of z1 plus z2? The imaginary part is simply going to be y1 plus what? y2. That is this part that is carrying the I. So this is how to add. Let's take a simple example, and then we look at properties of addition. So we have, say z1 equals 2 plus 3i. We have z2 equals minus 4 plus I. So we have this, and the question says find z1 plus z2. So we want to add up these two complex numbers. So we're going to do it. Now what is the real part of this? The real part of this is what? Is 2. The real part of this is what? Negative 4. So it means I should add up these two real parts. So 2 plus negative 4. You can clearly see that what you're just doing is 2 minus 4, right? Which is going to give us minus 2. So you add this, plus 2 minus 4 would give us minus 2. So you put that. You add up the imaginary part. Now, what's the coefficient of I in this case? It is 3. What is the coefficient of I in this case? It is what? 1. So 3 plus 1 is going to give me plus what? 4. Then I'll include my I. So it means that my z1 plus z2 is going to simply give me minus 2 plus what? 4i. So this is what we have for addition, which is very simple. Just add up the corresponding real parts, add up the corresponding imaginary parts. Now I want to look at properties. Then we're going to introduce subtraction. From addition, we're going to see that the subtraction actually comes from addition of the complex number. Now, properties of addition. These are just basic properties you should know. Properties of addition. And number one property, which is common, is commutative property. Commutative property, which simply says that Z1 plus Z2, when you add two complex numbers starting with the first one, it will give you same result if you start with the second one. So Z2 plus Z1. This is commutative property for addition. So this is true. When you swipe them, Z1 before Z2, you get the same answer as Z2 plus Z1. So if you do it here, you still see that it's the same thing. It's true. That's commutative property. Now, number two is associative property. So which simply means if I have Z1 plus Z2, then this is associating with Z3. So that is to say, if I add Z1 and Z2 first, before adding it to Z3, before adding the results to Z3, it will be the same thing as saying Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. So it means I can combine Z2 and Z3 before associating it with what? Z1. This is also true. This is known as associative property. I can still sweep it any other way. It's true. Number three, what we also know for real numbers now is also true. For every complex number, there is another complex number that is 0, such that when you add 0 to a complex number, it will still give you the same complex number. What we mean is that any complex number z, when you add a complex number that is 0 to it, the result does not change. It will still give you the same complex number, what? Z. This thing follows for real numbers. If you add 0 to any real number, say 0 plus 2, the answer is 2. 0 plus 3, the answer is 3. The same thing is applicable to complex numbers. It doesn't change. If you add 0 to any complex number, the result is still the complex number, right? That is what this property is saying. Property 4 is the negative of a complex number. If you add the negative of a complex number to the complex number, then it would give you what? 0. So we have a complex number z, and then we say we are adding to this complex number. It's negative. If you add the negative of a complex number to the same complex number, this would actually give us what? 0. So in a short way, I can say that z minus z should give me what? 0. The same thing is applicable to real number. We're just saying with these properties that the same properties of addition that are applicable to real numbers are also applicable to complex. That is what we are saying when we are pointing out these things, so that you know that complex number is not really some strange thing. It follows the same algebra for what? Real numbers. So I'm going to use this knowledge for subtraction. So we're going to see how we can subtract complex numbers. So I want to stop with these few properties, then we can move on. So let's quickly talk about how we can subtract complex numbers. Still the same thing. And that is where we'll draw an end to the video. So let's quickly talk about subtraction of complex number. Subtraction. So if I have complex numbers, two complex numbers to be subtracted, I'm subtracting the real part of one from the real part of the other, then subtracting the imaginary part of the one from the imaginary part of the other. Now let's quickly see an example. Say z1 is equal to 2 plus 4i, and then z2 is equal to 3 minus, let's say, 5i. And I want to find z1 minus z2. I want to find this. What I'm going to do, watch what I'm going to do so we don't make mistake. I'm going to write the complex number z1 first, which is what? 2 plus 4i. Then my subtraction, which is this. Anytime you want to do subtraction, immediately you write it, use a bracket to include the second complex number. So my second complex number is z2. I'm going to include it inside this bracket, which is 3 minus 5i. Don't forget, because if you don't use bracket, you would be telling us that the negative is just for 3, which is not true. So I have 2 plus 4i. Now let's quickly open. Negative times 3 is negative 3. Negative times negative is going to give me plus 5i. So that I can now do addition in this case, right? Addition that we have learned. So 2, combining this real part, 2 and minus 3. So 2 minus 3 would give us minus 1 or negative 1. And combining the imaginary part, 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5, what will it give us? It will give us plus what? 9. Then I will include my I. So it means that z1 minus z2 is going to give us this, right? Yeah, so subtraction of complex number is really very simple. And before I end the video, I want to quickly draw to your notice that z1 minus z2 is not equal to z2 minus z1. So this is not true, like we know for real numbers. So this is not true. This is not equal to this, right? Yes, so don't do this in place of this. Whichever one your exam, your WAEC, JAMB, your first year university exams in UNN and UNIZIK and other schools, ASUT, whichever one they are asking you, go for that. Don't mix them up. So I believe that this concept is really very clear to you. You are meeting me for the first time. Please do well to hit the subscribe button. You'd really enjoy the videos from this channel. They are very inspiring and you'd really learn the concepts in details from this channel. So do subscribe to my channel, comment on these videos, like the videos, share with your friends. You have anything, any topic you want me to handle in maths, quickly drop it in physics, chemistry, drop it in the comment section and I'll be looking forward to making videos in that topic. As for now, I'll see you in my next video where we'll be talking more about algebra of complex number. Thanks for watching this video, Prime Concept.